How to get started in mobile home investing. Let me show you how to do it right here, right now. Mobile home investing can be a great way for someone to get started in investing in real estate. Even though it's personal property, there's a lot of benefits to owning, fixing, selling mobile homes, or even living in one, as I do, in an over 55 park today. So let me show you a little bit about how this can make you money. Mobile homes can be bought for as little as $1. I met a woman in Idaho who I was visiting who bought a mobile home for $100, went to Home Depot, remodeled the whole thing, and was going to sell it for $35,000. She was into the whole mobile home about $15,000. What she did was she left the mobile home in the park right where it was, and she bought it from somebody who didn't want the mobile home. Why didn't they want it? Because the people that lived in it had passed away, and their heirs were stuck with this mobile home paying $400-500 a month in space rent. They didn't want to pay the space rent, and the mobile home was run down and didn't have a lot of value. So she gave them $100 for the mobile home. She then hired some help and went to Home Depot and put in new cabinets, new floors, new windows, because basically a mobile home just sits on a metal frame, a trailer, right? Either a single wide, one or two of them, and they can be remodeled very similar to a house, but you could pick them up often inexpensively from people that don't want them, and then modernize them or upgrade them to the point to where somebody will want it, because it's like buying a new home. It's got the new kitchen, it's got the granite, it's got the new laminate floors, right? New paint. So for somebody who's just starting out, investing in mobile homes can be a great opportunity. I mean, you could get in with as little as a couple, $100, maybe even $1. Sometimes they'll auction them off, $1, but they want you to rip it out of there, or you could fix it in place, but you got to pay the space rent. People that own mobile home parks are in the business of collecting rents. They're typically not in the business of fixing up mobile homes. And people that live in mobile home parks, like any property, eventually they pass away or they move on. They want to live somewhere else, be closer to family, or live in a different area. And they want to sell their mobile home. One of the beauties of getting started in mobile home is that investing is that if you have a mobile home that you're paying a little more for, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 80, 100,000, oftentimes they're owned free and clear, and you may be able to get the seller to help finance those. So how does that work? Well, I talk about it more in my courses, but a mobile home loan is similar to a house loan, except there's no deed to the real estate. It's like a car loan. It's a trailer. So you register it with DMV, and you have paperwork, a bill of sale, and a note that goes as attached as a lien, almost like an auto loan, to the mobile home. And so you make payments on the mobile home to the seller as you fix it up, and then eventually you can refinance it with a bank that does mobile home loans, or you could keep the loan in place with the seller, or you could sell it. The only challenge with getting started in mobile home investing with regards to buying mobile home in a park is that oftentimes the park will require for you to get approved, and some parks will only allow owner-occupieds in the park. They don't allow rentals. Not all parks. Depends on the park. Depends on where you are. There's also local ordinances that can affect mobile home in terms of raising rent. Again, depends on where you are. I own a mobile home that I use when I am out of town, and it's in a 55 and over park. My mobile home was beat up, and the previous owner put in new windows, new hardwood floors, engineered floors, upgraded the countertops of the kitchen, and remodeled both bathrooms. What was a piece of junk that he bought, I think for like 60 or 70,000, it's a double wide, he sold to me for 150. Today, that mobile home sells for north of 2 in some cases in that park, right? Comparing apples to apples. So when you look at mobile homes, what are things selling for in that park? Now that particular park has a pool, nice amenities, it's well kept, has management, security, maintenance, it's gated, so it gets more money and it's in a desirable area near the water. Your mobile home may be, especially something cheap. The one in Idaho that she bought was in a small park of about 30 trailers. It was a mom and pop operation. They didn't care if she fixed it up. They were happy she fixed it up, because once she fixes it up and sells it, it's going to generate rent for the park. And if the mobile home is fixed up, the park may be able to get a little more space rent because it's a nicer mobile home. Another way to get started in mobile home park investing or mobile home investing is you could look at buying mobile home parks, where you don't buy an individual trailer, but you buy actually the whole park. Same woman in Idaho was involved in this, and I've looked at mobile home parks myself, and eventually I bought one. So the mobile home park that I bought was a smaller park. I own all the trailers, right? And I got the seller to carry the financing. It's on 5 acres, septic, city water. So you could go out, you could find these smaller parks that are for sale and potentially buy them to get cash flow off the land leases from the park. Similar to any real estate, you can improve the landscaping, you can improve the management, you can improve the roadway, you can improve the appearance of the park, you can add amenities like a playground or like a clubhouse or like someplace where people can gather and play table tennis or cornhole or some of these other different games to give people something to do, a barbecue area, and eventually get more money for the space and increase the value of your mobile home park, as well as increase your cash flow. Where do you find mobile home parks for sale? Where do you find mobile homes for sale? Let's start with mobile homes first. Mobile homes for sale you could find on Realtor or Zillow.com, and you just basically go to the filter and just put in manufactured homes, and you'll see the manufactured homes for sale. Pick an area where you want to search for a mobile home. I personally think that mobile homes are going to continue to be on the upswing because of their affordability. Why is Walmart always busy? Because they have the best prices, right? Why are mobile homes always going to be popular? Because they provide one of the most cost-effective, affordable places to put a roof over your head without major financial wherewithal, like $100,000 down payment to buy a house or $20,000 down payment to buy a house. You could sometimes get into mobile homes that are livable for $5, $10, $15, $20, $25,000, depending on where you live. The other aspect of mobile homes that makes them nice is they're easy to transfer and easy to sell. You don't necessarily need to go get a bank loan and all that stuff. You can usually get seller financing, or you can get a simple personal property loan against the trailer, which is the mobile home, from a bank, and lenders that do that type of stuff. In terms of mobile home parks, this, similar to multifamily, is nice, except the beauty of the mobile home parks, if you don't own the trailers, you can get cash flow every month from the land without having to maintain a trailer or an apartment, right? So this is why these are popular. They produce cash flow, and if you can keep your expenses in line and have good management, it can be a long-term investment that produces income for your families for years. The property that I'm in was built in the 70s, and most of the trailers in there are from the 70s, but they're all very well kept. The park's very well kept. The lawns are mowed, beautiful landscaping, good management, and the rents are on the higher end of what they would be for mobile home park. I personally think if you're just getting started in buying a trailer for yourself to fix up, I would go for the low rent stuff, fix something up, see if you could sell it and make a few bucks. In other words, if you don't have a lot of money, start and learn the game, okay? What you'll find is that if you buy one, you fix it up, there might be somebody else in the park that comes up and say, hey, we want to buy this one, we want to buy that one. You also will have managers of parks that may call you if they know you're an investor that will come in and do a nice job fixing up trailers in their park that are dilapidated or need work or for sale, or both really, right? And can fix them up and get them sold so they can produce income again. An empty trailer with nobody living in it is not what the park wants. They want somebody living there actively paying cash flow, okay? Now, the other beauty on the flip side of park ownership is that some of these trailers that people have where they pass away or they no longer are involved in the park. In other words, they don't live there anymore, but they're still paying the monthly space. Sometimes they'll just give up the trailer to the park. So as a park owner, you could pick up trailers for free, basically, because they're going to give them to you. The other way park owners pick up trailers, of course, is they don't pay the space rent, and so they file a lien against the trailer and they get the trailer because they're storing it on their space. Almost like a tow truck company store a car and eventually lien sale it. So what some of the parks do is they'll actually lien sale these things to other people to move into or fix up and sell. Mobile home parks also have an opportunity to provide you some expansion. A lot of times in mobile home parks, there's additional land that can be converted to additional spaces, okay? So if you like what I'm talking about on mobile home parks, please like, subscribe, comment below, and tell me what you think. And if you're involved in a mobile home or you have a mobile home park, I'd love to hear what you have to say and how things are going for you. In my mobile home park, when I talked about expansion, the prior owner had a fifth wheel and he would park it in one of the spaces. So I have an extra space that I can now put a trailer into and create additional rental income. The other thing about the mobile home park was that in my case, because I own them, the rents I saw were $300 to $400 below market for the area. So as people moved out, I could go to market, and as other people that were there, I could start moving their rents up a little bit, increasing my cash flow and increasing as well the value of the mobile home park. Because remember, the more money it brings in and nets, the more value you have on your real estate asset. And finally, and most importantly, when you get started investing in real estate, whether it's mobile home parks or a mobile home, do a little research and find out what's going on. In mobile home parks, you know, some of them are just priced ridiculously. Like, they're just ridiculous. They're not worth what they're asking. So make sure you get some research and some comparable sales, and that you also have an idea of what mobile home parks are selling for, okay? You don't want to overpay and be in a position to where you have negative cash flow. The same token, if you're buying a mobile home to fix up or to live in, it could be a great opportunity for you to get started in real estate, to get into your first property, even if it's a mobile home, and flip it and get that capital going. There's people that they spend a lot of their money investing in mobile homes. I just had one offered to me. The comparable sale mobile homes were about $250 to $260. I could have bought it for $165. It needed about $20,000 worth of work. It wasn't my cup of tea. I had other projects I was working on. I passed, somebody else bought it, but there was an opportunity where I'm buying it for, let's say, $170 and it sells for $260. It's about $90,000 of upside. So then the question is, for less than $90,000, can I remodel the mobile home? And the answer is absolutely. Absolutely I can. Can I make some money if I hire a realtor to sell it and all that? Absolutely. With a $90,000 spread, there's probably $30,000 to $40,000, no problem, to be made in that deal. But I had other projects and other things going on. So, and for some of you, that may be no problem buying something for $168. For somebody else, that's out of your league, right? Okay, well then buy something for $5 or $10 grand, fix it up and sell it or keep it or rent it, whatever you can do, as long as the park allows that. Okay, I'm Paul Maguire, and I appreciate you listening. And please, again, comment below, and I'll see you on the next video where we talk about financing real estate. I'll see you there.